Be careful, there could be spoilers ahead. The Boys star Erin Moriarty says she feels dehumanized by the show's misogynistic fans. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is disappointed with how they handled the spin-off announcement. Blade Runner 2099 has gotten the green light, and much more. Ready for some updates on some of your favorite projects and actors? Let's get to it then. First up, The Boys star Erin Moriarty says she feels dehumanized by the show's misogynistic fans. The Boys star Erin Moriarty has finally spoken out about the abuse she's been receiving from the misogynistic fans of Amazon's The Boys. The prompt was actually a fan-written article written by Instagram user Butcher's Canary and titled #I Stand with Starlight, the betrayal of Erin Moriarty by The Boys fans. The article points out how the harassment of Moriarty is all the worse because of the context of her character, Starlight, who is sexualized and silenced, treated more like a celebrity canvas for others to use and abuse as they see fit, more than anything else, least of all an actual human being. But where Annie is fictional and ceases to exist when the show is over, Erin Moriarty certainly does. The Boys or not. But it seems like there are a lot of people who don't see the lesson in a character like Starlight, or simply don't want to see it, and have decided to double down on the harassment. Moriarty captioned the shared article with a thank you to the author of the article, and added that this kind of behavior is exactly what Starlight would speak out against. She feels dehumanized, but she won't let it bring her down. This has only strengthened my empathy muscle, and to anyone who comes at me, I see you. I don't hate you, I only empathize and forgive. Next up, Jeffrey Dean Morgan disappointed with the Walking Dead spin-off announcement. Well, it seems like a few wires got crossed over at the Walking Dead team, or maybe they just couldn't wait with the news. Spoilers or not, the spin-off for The Walking Dead, originally titled Isle of the Dead, revolving around Negan and Maggie, was announced back in March of 2022, before the original show was even through the current season, with the final set of episodes scheduled to be released in October. Needless to say that the early announcement caused some confusion amongst those who are extra careful with spoilers, as the announcement clearly spoiled a whole lot about the rest of the season, namely that Negan and Maggie will not only survive, but go on a whole new adventure on their own as well. Actor Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who portrays Negan, has now shared his own feelings about the matter, and he was just as confused about it as the rest of us. Morgan says that he would have gone about it in a different way, like at least try to keep it a secret, if only not to give spoilers for the rest of The Walking Dead's season 10. But there's no going back now. The news is out, whether Morgan and the rest of us are disappointed or not. But don't fool yourself into thinking that now you know how the season will end. There are still enough surprises left, and Morgan swears that we won't know how this is going to end. Following, Blade Runner 2099, officially given green light by Amazon. It's official, people. Blade Runner 2099 has officially been given the green light from Amazon, so it can properly start with production. The upcoming series was first revealed back in February 2022, but as we all know by now, after the whole Batgirl situation, we know that nothing is sacred anymore. But we're talking Blade Runner here. When the world was first introduced to Ridley Scott's amazing version of Blade Runner some 40 years ago, he could not have imagined how iconic it would become, and still is one of the most influential science fiction films of all time. Denis Villeneuve's follow-up, Blade Runner 2049, went on to become one of the best reviewed sequels of all time to this day. So, as you can see, there is truly amazing precedent, but that also means the bar is very high. This isn't the first time that Blade Runner will find his way into a series though. On November 14th, 2021, the animated series Blade Runner Black Lotus was released. The project was co-produced by Crunchyroll and Adult Swim and took place in the year 2033. 2032. More details about the upcoming Amazon Blade Runner are still unknown, but we're sure they won't let themselves be hidden away for much longer either. Wait up, we have more to talk about. You must know by now that we can't let you off that easy. Next up, word on the street is that there's going to be new game mechanisms in the new season of Squid Game. Better Call Saul fans think it's all a sick joke, and the creators may be low-key hopeful for a renewal. Aren't you curious for more? Make sure to watch until the end of the video to make sure you don't miss out on anything. First up, Squid Game creator is going to implement new game mechanisms in Season 2. It is rumored that Squid Game creator Hwang Dong-hyeo has decided to implement a complete Munhwa Ilbo, which further detailed that the mechanism is called Chel-soo, which is described as the boyfriend of Young-hee. You know, the iconic giant doll that was used in Red Light, Green Light in Squid Game's first season. Munhwa Ilbo states that the reasoning of Hwang behind the new mechanism was his resolve to come up with completely new games for the upcoming second season. Hwang has put a lot of time and effort into the creation of these new games, which have to be fully developed and ready before filming for the second season is scheduled to start in 2023. Naturally, most of the cast will have to be replaced, seeing how most of the original cast has been killed off in the first season. But it's said in the same report that the first season's main character, Song Gi-hoon, who is portrayed by Emmy winner Lee Jung-jae, will continue to have a prominent role in the second season of Squid Game. It's also alleged that Gong Yu's cameo character and frontman, portrayed by Lee Byung-hun, will be returning as well. Netflix has yet to respond to these claims, so do you think they sound valid? Following, Better Call Saul fans don't think it's funny anymore. When Better Call Saul made its debut on February 8th, 2015, everyone who tuned in knew that this was going to be a very special show. And not just because of its attachment to one of the best shows of all time, Breaking Bad, but for reasons that belong wholly to Better Call Saul. It's so unique, the acting is baffling, and the cinematics breathtaking. And in the last 7 years, the Breaking Bad spinoff has managed to earn itself 46 Emmy nominations, which includes 7 nominations for 2022. But have they won? No, because the unlucky trend continued this year, which saw Squid Game's Lee Jung-jae walk away with Outstanding Lead Actor instead of Better Call Saul's Bob Odenkirk, and Ozark's Julia Garner take away Outstanding Supporting Actress instead of Ray Seahorn, who portrays Kim Wexler on Better Call Saul. And fans are really fed up with it now. One fan wrote, "Better Call Saul not getting an Emmy is very ironic. In 10 years, people will still be talking about it, while the rest of these shows will become distant memories to everyone." And many chimed in with the same feelings. But there may be one last shot for Better Call Saul yet. The series is eligible for the 2023 ceremony because the final 6 episodes of the final season were released across July and August, putting Better Call Saul in the running for next year. And now, creators of The Sandman are low-key optimistic for renewal. It was once thought that Neil Gaiman's The Sandman was unadaptable. The original comics were released between 1986 and 1996, and has been the center of adaptation discussion since 1991. But this year, 2022, was the year fans have been waiting for all this time. The Sandman was adapted into a Netflix original series and blew everyone away, even surpassing Stranger Things in terms of minutes watched. And with all those raving reviews and spontaneous new fans and incredible statistics, Netflix has been quiet about its intentions regarding renewing The Sandman for a second season. Petitions have started to pop up. People are starting to get worried. But Ian Markovich, The Sandman's VFX supervisor, says there is reason to be hopeful, all things considered. But there are other things beside viewer engagement and viewership numbers that are taken into account. And money isn't part of it either, apparently. What exactly determines whether a show is worthy of renewal? We're not sure anymore. But it's not unusual for a show to wait with a renewal until until the show is well and out, and not just barely made its debut. What do you think is ultimately the deciding factor? And that was all we had for now. What do you think about the harassment that has been directed at the boys Starlight and actress Erin Moriarty? Let us know in the comments what you think, and thanks for watching.